Welcome to Barcelona and the Barcelona International Airport, otherwise known as the El Prat Barcelona Airport. Purpose of this video is to take you right from our plane seat down onto the tarmac, into the bus. The bus takes us to the terminal. We're going to walk through the terminal. We're going to show you where to get your luggage. Then we're going to take you out into the airport and talk about the transportation options to get from the airport to Barcelona city center. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to Barcelona. Some say Barcelona, España, Spain. Now we're just getting off the flight here. We flew with Vueling, bit of a budget airline, maybe something like EasyJet or Ryanair. And Vueling, three kind of budget airlines in Europe. Purpose of this video is to show you around the Barcelona airport. What are the expectations? What is it like? How hard is it to get around? There it is, Vueling. I'm gonna say, hopefully I'm saying that properly. I don't know if it's a German company, but I'm gonna say thumbs up. They did a good job. We're coming in from Porto, Portugal, or we're gonna find out they call it here Aeroporto. It was a 2-hour flight. I think we took off at 8:30 a.m. Arrived at 10:30 a.m. in Barcelona, but because there's an hour difference, I believe it's now 11:30. We landed. They dropped us off on the tarmac. We got on a bus. We're gonna walk into the terminal here. I'm gonna walk you through the process. We're gonna get our bags. Also kind of show you if you are getting a connecting flight, where you would go. If you have passport control, where you would go. So we're just going to follow the signs here, and I'll point the signs out. They are pretty straightforward, but sometimes people have a little bit of anxiety about what it is like to get through these airports. And I'm just thinking, we're all salmon, going upstream, trying to stay together. Just follow everybody, read some signs. They're in Spanish, I think Portuguese and English. So if you're familiar with one of those languages, you should be pretty good. Keep your head on a swivel. And when in doubt, ask somebody. Now, we flew from Porto this morning, but we flew into Portugal maybe about 10 days ago. As a result, us as Canadians are now in the Schengen area. Now, for those of you not familiar with the Schengen area basically refers to a zone of 29 European countries that have abolished international borders controls, allowing free movement of people and goods. So we are going to walk up here. We can see now where the baggage sign is, and that's what we're looking for, our bags. Because why do I bring up the Schengen? The Schengen is relevant here because we are not coming from Canada. If we were coming from Canada, we would need to go through customs, immigration, security, and all that stuff. But because we're coming from another Schengen area country, we do not have to go through passport control, customs, immigration, security. We are simply going to go and find our bags and get out into the airport and be on our way. Now, this is the first kind of time I've flown in the Schengen area on this trip. We're gonna look and we're gonna go, hey, do we have to go to passport? No, we don't have to go to passport control. We just have to go get our baggage. So remember, you may be coming in here, so you can see baggage is to the right there, but there's gates, D and E are gonna be to the right, and gate C is straight. Now, if you are flying into Barcelona from North America or Asia or a non-Schengen country, you will have to go through passport or immigration. But because we're coming from Portugal, we do not have to go through passport or immigration. If we were coming from Canada into Barcelona, we would. Look at the signs. You can see baggage is going to be to the right. We're just going to keep going because we're kind of thinking, do we have to go through passport? And I'm just thinking, no, we don't have to go through passport control, customs, or immigration. So we're just going to go get our bags. So that's why I'm pointing this out. If you're coming from a non-Schengen area, you are going to have to go through some sort of passport control, customs, immigration. If you're coming from one of the 29 European countries in the Schengen, because these internal borders don't exist anymore, you can just go and get your bags and go about your way. Now, so we have come into the airport. We are obviously in this area right now. We're going to get our bags. It seems like most of these people in this area have gone through some sort of security in order to get into this area, in order to get on a plane. So they've already checked in, and I'm looking, okay, baggage straight ahead or exit straight ahead. Now, somebody on our plane, the flight attendant, told us what carousel our bags would be on. Now, I just want to point out that sometimes there's a change from when you land and what they tell you, what the carousel is going to be, and what carousel is actually going to be used to get your baggage. So just because somebody says carousel 7, make sure you look at the board when you get down there. So washrooms are over here. We're going to have a quick stop at the washroom, and we're going to see the big board here. Now, you may be landing in Barcelona right now from Porto, but you're catching a connecting flight to somewhere else in the Schengen. So there's all the information right there. What airline you're going to be with, where you're going, is it on time? There's all the information. Now we know we've already landed, we're just looking for baggage. We're going to go through here, and once we go through here, that means we've exited this security area here, and we're going to go out and get our bags. Now we're walking along here. We've been walking along for roughly 8 minutes. Everything's going fairly quickly. Take a look at these signs, information. Now we're looking at this board to see what carousel is our baggage on. I see it, it says Aeroporto. So Porto, Portugal, sometimes said Aeroporto, putting an O in front of it. We are going to carousel 11. They told us 7 on the plane. It has since changed. It's 12:01. So from when we landed, came, parked on the tarmac, we got on a bus. It's taken us roughly, whatever, I'm going to say 25 minutes to get to this point. So if somebody is waiting outside in the airport for you, you might have texted them when you landed. I'm going to say probably expect maybe 30 minutes to get through this whole process. We know we are continuing on to carousel 11. So we are going to walk that way. There's also a diagram here of the layout of the carousels and what companies use different carousels and what companies are really prevalent at this airport. Now, Barcelona Airport is the second largest airport in Spain. Madrid is the largest. This airport is often referred to as Barcelona International Airport or El Prat. Now it also has another name, which is kind of a long one, Josep Tarradellas Barcelona El Prat Airport. So you might be here referred to as El Prat Airport or Barcelona Airport. There are 2 terminals. We are in Terminal 1. There is a bus that goes back and forth from each terminal if you do have to change terminals. There's our carousel number 11. We are looking up at the sign and we see Aeroporto with Vueling. If anybody knows anything about Vueling, if they are a German company, I'll say that's the first flight I've had with Vueling. I've flown with Ryanair a number of times, EasyJet a number of times. So there is one suitcase. We are on the road for a couple months here. We were in Portugal for approximately 10 days. There is the other suitcase. Now I'm going to be doing a number of videos on Barcelona. If you have any questions or anything you want me to do a video on, I imagine the next video will be how to get from Barcelona Airport to downtown Barcelona. And I will be doing the next video on that. We're going to take the Aerobus from the airport to downtown to our Airbnb. So you might be coming in from somewhere around the world and you need to change money. There it is, money exchange. Or maybe you're coming home from somewhere and you want to exchange your Canadian dollars back into euros. You could do it there. Or you might be coming in from North America and you need to get some Spanish money, which is euros. So we are looking, it says exit to the right, lost luggage straight ahead. I hope you have your luggage and you didn't lose any luggage. We're gonna head to the right and we're gonna head out into the airport. This has been a fairly good process here. It's been quick. We landed, we were on time, we got on the bus. It was 3 or 4 minutes to get to the terminal. We've gone to the terminal, followed all the signs, got our luggage, and now we are coming out into the airport. I will just walk over to where all the signs are. I'm going to show you this sign up at the top here. And you can see the arrows are to the right. Now we're looking for some public transportation into Barcelona. And you're looking to the right, there's parking to the right, metro to the right, bus, metro, and there's different other public buses going to the right. So we are going to go to the right. You can see all the people waiting there. Now if you're being picked up, that's where people are going to wait for you. You're going to come out, hopefully you see a sign or you see some loved ones waiting for you. We have no loved ones, but we're going to go out and we will take you to the actual sign where all the options are about how you can proceed to get downtown. And then from that point, my next video will probably be on the bus. I'll probably pick the video up here coming out and I'll go to the bus sign, I'll show you, and then I'll go down through the little corridor down into the bus lineup. It roughly costs about $10 to get downtown on the Aerobus. And I'll be doing that video. Maybe I'll try and get it out soon. You can see the taxis are off to the right there if you're gonna get a taxi. I've heard it's about between 30 and 40 euros. Now, the downtown is approximately 11 to 13 kilometers from the airport. Depending on traffic, you can see a whole bunch of signs there. We're gonna walk over to the left here just to show you where the big board with all the signs are. And I will then pick up the video, another video probably tomorrow or the next day, showing you how to get downtown. You can see the pillar right there in front of you. That is the Aerobus. That's an advertisement for it, and we are going to be getting on that. It's cheap, it's quick, and I'm going to, like I said, take you through the process of getting on that bus. The Aerobus runs every 5 to 10 minutes, and it's every 20 minutes at night. And like I said, I'll take you through the process in the next video. If you have any comments or questions, pop in the comment section. We're coming up to the big sign here with all the transportation options to get into town. I'm going to say thanks for walking along with me. I'm going to say ciao for now, and I'll see you next time with that bus video and other travel ways to get to downtown Barcelona. I'm going to take a little picture of this, and I'll see you soon from Barcelona.